Hello and welcome to Jessie Bear Book Club. Today we are talking about the 2008 TV show Merlin. I was actually quite interested in this TV show when it came out because I love the movie Merlin from 1998 with Sam Neill. I am also very interested in Arthurian legends. A guy I used to hang out with in school really loved Merlin and was always talking about it. Unfortunately, because we did not have English TV at home, I never really got to follow the plot. I only watched it when I was at my brother's. The first thing I remember thinking when I seen it was, why does the dragon talk? And that it was really child-friendly. But of course, I was 16 and trying to be really cool. Many years later, I watched reruns of it on Really, and I liked it. I mean, it wasn't the 1998 movie, but it made me happy, especially when I was hungover. Last summer, when I was visiting my mum in Spain, who still doesn't have English TV, I noticed that she had bought the Merlin box set, and it was unopened. So I thought, why not watch it? And I did, over about 6 months. So I guess I am no longer a casual viewer. One thing that never bugged me as a casual viewer, but really bugged me when I was watching the episodes one after another, is why do they describe Merlin in the opening title sequence as a boy? He is clearly an adult. Colin Morgan, who plays Merlin, is clearly an adult. It is kind of like watching the original Spider-Man trilogy, and Colin Morgan isn't just described as a boy, but a young boy. He is not a young boy. He is clearly in his mid-20s. Also, the CGI in Merlin hasn't fared very well over the years. It now looks really kind of stagnant. You can tell they're reusing the dragon talking, and all the mythical beasts look the same in some way and move very similarly. But at the time, I remember thinking it looked brilliant for, BBC TV at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a bit like watching an old episode of Doctor Who. Many of the actors were really brilliant though. Richard Wilson as Gaius was amazing. So many old wizard vibes. I loved it. I did have a small problem though with the show changing the whole plot surrounding Morgana. Why not keep Morgana as Arthur's half-sister? Why make her a ward? I mean, I don't like incest, but it's part of the legend and everybody knows it. Just keep it in there. I guess they were trying to keep their PG rating. But I guess if they'd had different mothers or different fathers in the TV show, it would have made their feuding more realistic. And they could have cut out the love interest thing. Bradley James, who plays Arthur, is a complete jock and was obviously chosen to get those tween girls dreaming about tall blonde men. But I actually warmed to him as the plot went on. He's not a bad actor, and there was definitely character progression with him. This show really is a who's who of minor British actors. I loved seeing Lucrezia Borgia and Gendry Waters. Also, Zoe Slater as Nimue. All I could think was, "You're not my mother," but kind of in a good way. But why, oh why, did they have to make Nimue a bad guy? This is my problem with Merlin the TV show. Stick to the actual myth, please, because the Nimue Merlin love story is so beautiful. Just keep it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's been good for 1,000 years. Anthony Head as Uther Pendragon was spectacular. A real Stannis Baratheon of a man. He had the best acting in the entire show, hands down. Everything in this show looks amazing, apart from the CG, and the CG is forgivable because it hasn't aged well. All the costumes and sets are so beautiful, especially the costumes worn by Katie McGarth. She looked amazing the whole way through the show. I just want to dress like that forever. I used to be really into Tumblr, and there used to be so many photos of Katie McGarth in costume reading books on set while she was waiting for things to be set up, And she was such goals. Like, I loved all those photos. I always used to share them, even though I didn't watch the show religiously or anything. One thing I do want to commend the show for was its use of real mythological creatures for its plots. The CG might have had them all looking a bit like lizards, but the griffin, for example, was spectacular. Nearly as good as Harry Potter, I might even say. And whenever Merlin or anybody was doing magic on screen, it always looked pretty good. I mean, normally it was just him reaching and then something happening, but the way it was shot made it look relatively realistic, and always highly dramatic. Merlin is quite middle of the road as Arthur legends go, but it is good for a hangover because it always has a happy ending, and I would recommend this show if you wanted to show it to kids and get them interested in history and the Arthurian legends. It's very reminiscent of Xena the Warrior Princess or the old Hercules show which used to be on Channel 5. Merlin has 85% on Rotten Tomatoes and 7.9 on IMDb. I give it 5 out of 10. I would not actively rewatch it, but if it was on, I might stick it on for a while. Who knows? That is the end of this review. If you liked it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more historical TV reviews and book reviews. And don't forget to check out my massive playlist on Game of Thrones. Bye!